Ladies and gentlemen, I am Creed Bratton, speaking from the metaverse. And now, without any further rest or reparations or relaxing follicles, we bring you, with so much joy and heartfelt truth, Bothering the Bands.
Okay, Creed, I have a visual aid for you for the first icebreaker question. How do you say this? How do you pronounce this word?
Tao.
I needed that reassurance. Okay, follow-up question. If someone pronounces it Tao, do you correct them?
I know they'll be a little gauche. I think they're allowed to pronounce it the way they Taoism. They say Taoism. I know I had to go. I wanted to make sure. So anytime I've been in doubt, I'll go and reference it. And I found out that it is Tao. It's kind of got a D tone to it. So, I mean, I could correct, but that'd be a little finicky, don't you think? I don't know. It would be the Ken. It would be the male Karen to do that. Yeah. So I'm not going to do that. No.
I find it hard though because I lived in New York for a long time, and there was a restaurant called Tao, but everyone was like, "We're going to Tao," and I'm like, "I don't think that's how it's pronounced."
No.
And
if you're doing it, if you're going to do it, then do it really pretentious. Do Tao. It's like people that order food. There's quinoa. There's a certain way to pronounce certain things. Commit to it.
Quinoa. That was funny.
Quinoa.
Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, tell us about the new album. Before we hit record, we were talking about the ball song.
Yeah, having a ball.
Talk to us about the new album, man.
Well, it started in COVID a couple of years ago, and I went in the studio with Tallgrass and Breathe Easy. And I did the usual thing. I'd sit down on a stool with a mic on my guitar. I have my 57 Gibson Country and Western I use for recording, and it's a great guitar. And then my vocal. So I sang Tallgrass and Breathe Easy. Now, Breathe Easy at that time, he doubled Dylan O'Brien. I have two producers. The multi-Grammy award-winning Dave Way, he likes me refer to him that way, and Dylan O'Brien, who's a certified genius. So I'm very lucky to work with these guys. He went in and then he just he doubled the beat. So I'm going, breathe. It's very languid, very, very languid and a tranquil thing. And he doubled up the beat, turned it into a little, almost a samba, a little syncopated thing, which was very cool. I put a little guitar solo on that, and it turned out we left that the way it was. Then did the same thing with Tallgrass. But then when we could start bringing musicians into the studio, I had made friends with Elliot Easton because I had jammed with him at this party. We hit it off. And so I asked him to come in and redo my solo on Tallgrass. And then we put on Dave Tweedy on drums. And so we started adding people. Then we started bringing in our A-team friends to play on my songs. And I wrote 4 songs. Turn the Corner of the Universe with Vance DeGeneres, which is Ellen's brother.
Yep.
But he's a very accomplished musician, and he had a band in New Orleans for a long time. Really good guy. So we wrote that song, and that turned out to be really a really poppy little thing about the environment. I wrote Tug of War, which is the single that's out right now with Billy Harvey. A couple albums ago, I wrote that Heart of Darkness with him. And he's one of my favorite go-to guys to write with. There's 4 songs, and then Always Be Dreaming of You with Dylan O'Brien, producer, and then with Jeff Pearlman, who plays in the Echoes in the Canyon band, that Jacob Dylan band.
Oh, yeah.
And did the movie with him. He's a good friend of mine, and so we wrote Toy Boat together. mainly because I stuttered when I was a kid. And one of the things that I learned, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, not too many people can do it. So I thought I would do it as a joke uh, to get the audience at the end to get, sing along now, sing along, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. And they find that they can't do it. That was the premise. And one thing turned into another. And then we wrote that song about a swindling girl. And it turned out, think about, a few hours. So that was a lot of fun. And then we did that kind of as a country western thing. The rest of them are just songs that I don't sit down and try to write a song per se about a subject. I walk by my guitar and the guitar will say, play me, or the piano will go, play me. And I write longhand. And then a couple of years later, I'll be hearing the song or looking at the lyrics and go, oh yeah, that's what this song means. Because I'm never sure. I'm never sure when I write them exactly what the song's about. I don't know, but I just know that emotionally I'm moved. I know sometimes I'll tear up because it's so spiritual and heartfelt. But exactly what it's about, I won't know until 2020 hindsight, as it were, later on. It's my subconscious giving me instructions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically how all my albums have been. This is my 10th, by the way. The 5th one I've done with Dave, and I mean, amazing, right? I mean, who figured? Go figure. Thank you, Office.
It's a way to go, man. If you could find the thing that lets you do the other thing, that's everything. I have to say, I have a soft spot for the '80s album.
Great.
I fucking love that album.
There's some cool songs on there. You know what I love on there is what's that song? Oh man, is it Small Turkey? Is it Small Turkey? Small Turkey. And there's some real aggressive, kind of almost punky stuff on there, right?
Yeah, there is. There definitely is.
There's a lot of cocaine going on there too.
the
the 80s, you know.
Fair enough. The Peter Bogdanovich song is so. I mean, it's on another level because you were in a Peter Bogdanovich movie,
Mask, and I became friends with him. And I played at his birthday party. I was staying out in his pool house for a while because I was out trying to find a place to live, and he let me stay there. And it was the birthday coming up. And I wrote that song for Peter. You know,
it's incredible.
And played it for him, and he loved it. He said to me, what Peter said though. He said, "Did I say that line? Act real, just feel. Let the part take you away." I said, "No, I wrote it." He said, "Oh, I didn't say that." I said, "No, Peter, I wrote that." He was kind of a little grumbly then after that.
No, he's definitely telling everyone he says that.
Brilliant man. And he had a rough time. He had a rough time of it.
Yeah. So I read an article in Esquire about you. First of all, your story is crazy. It's out there. I have one simple question. It said in there, and it glossed over this very quickly. It said you hopped a freighter to Venice.
Mm-hmm.
How does one just hop a freighter?
Well, that's a little misleading. It's like I'm a kangaroo or something. No. And like boing, take a bungee
Did you
cord.
stow away?
I bungee corded on. There was a trampoline there, and I leaped onto this freighter. I sold my Austin Healey in Sacramento, California. I had a beautiful Austin Healey. I was was studying drama. I was in the doing plays at Sacramento State, and I won't go into the whole story, but the point is, I sold the car to get the money, got on a wire. I researched it, and I'm sure I sent a letter, and then I sent a wire with the money, finding out there was ways to get on freighters. It's the cheapest way to go to Europe. Mm-hmm. You can get on a Swiss freighter, and it says there's like six people are guests, and the rest of they're carrying grain. So I paid the money, and my friend and I, Mickey Miguel, our girlfriends took us to Needles, California. We hitchhiked, and the first car, no joke, the first car that stopped drove us to New Orleans and took us right to our hotel. He said we were friends by the time we got there. So. And then the freighter. So we I paid for tickets for Mickey and I. And there's just a few people on this thing. We ate every night with the captain, and he had his white suit on, and we just drank and just read, crawled out on the boat, crawled along the side of the boat at night in the storms. Could have died. No joke. We were just so bored. We just tried to commit suicide. We went up the Mississippi to load up on grain. So instead of going off to Venice, we went up the Mississippi, loaded up on grain, and then went back out. And then 38 days to get to Venice on that freighter. That'll build some patience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the stuff we like to learn. The crazy stuff, the idiosyncrasies as well, the in-betweens.
And the most horrible thing is I didn't have a guitar. I thought I'd just get one when I got there, and I didn't think about how long it was going to take. It didn't. I was get me out of Sacramento, get me to Europe.
Yeah.
And when we got there, probably talks about this in the Esquire article too. But when we arrived, we saw some kids in the street, and they were singing. Locals, they had a guitar, and I grabbed the guitar. Oh my God, may I please? And I said yes, and I played La Bamba, and they went, whoa, he plays guitar. And then we start dancing. Next thing I know, the sun is coming up, and I'm laying out in St. Mark's Square, and I wake up and I go, where's this chapstick? It was pigeon shit. I was covered in pigeon shit, all of my whole body, and I oh no. Because my liver was sitting there having a cup of coffee. Can I get back in your body now, please? Jeez. So I went down to the glorious, to the river in Venice to wash up a bit. There's a dead rat sitting there in the water. So now maybe not. Then I went to the fountain and cleaned up a bit and stuff. Yeah. So there's that story.
It's a great story, and you definitely answered my question. And it's a perfect segue into a really dumb question. You had mentioned the freighter connects back to the toy boat saying.
Oh, very good, Ryan. Wow.
Why? Yeah.
Abby, this is how it goes, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Why do boats put the ladder, like small boats, like lake boats, why do they put the ladder right by the propeller?
Keep you on your toes, or to lose your toes, one or the other.
That's great.
That's a perfect answer.
I don't know why I expected him to answer honestly. Okay, next question. Do you have a nickname?
Yes, Elmo Schmackle.
For real?
No.
Oh, we're having fun now. Okay, do you put butter in the fridge or you leave it out?
I go back and forth. I'll just cool it down to a certain level, and then I'll take it out to warm it up a bit. It's just it's an all-day process for me.
It's just constant butter rotation.
You better believe it, Ryan.
Fair enough.
So cheap. So low-hanging fruit. So take that one back. Please get that one out of there. Okay, go on.
No. We love puns.
You said dumb. You said dumb, so here we go.
We are dumb, and we love plays on words. I'm a copywriter by day, so that's mostly what I do. Does your fridge have any magnets on it?
It does. It has one magnet there that has two signs on it. One is a watercolor for my granddaughter, Luana, and it's kind of holding another thing. That sign says, "Keep me closed." Oh no, it says, "Excuse me, are you open?" And people think, are you like esoteric? Yeah. Are you open? I said, no, it's for the refrigerator, so I'm trying to keep the refrigerator closed. So it's true. If we have it on my phone, which we can't be, I could take you up and show it to you, but I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's great.
But trust me, it's true. Are you open? And then down across on the other wall, it has drink lots of water.
Fair.
My two notes.
So we talked about your one movie with Peter Bogdanovich. You only did one with him?
Yes, Mask. Yes.
Okay. So
here's a good story behind that. I had, and that was one of my first bigger movies. and I'd been studying. I've been studying since college, and a lot of different acting classes, and I did the Meisner method for a long time. But I've always been putting up scenes every week and memorizing them and learning them. So, like when The Office came along, I was ready. Anyway, so this is way before that. My daughter was going to the Performing Academy in New York, and she's there, and she hadn't told any of her classmates that her father was in the film. And when I do the scene with my only scene there with Sam Elliott, getting character, you can ride, but I won't be responsible for the tired here. That's pretty much how he sounded, that guy. One of her friends turns to her and she goes, "What an asshole!" And she said, "Dad, I was so proud of you."
Oh,
because
man.
Yeah, and I went and I got yes, I did it. I got it right. Because it wasn't me; it was this character, right? So.
Yeah, and someone didn't know had a visceral reaction to you.
They really didn't like me, and I was going, yes. I was so pleased that I got that reaction.
Yeah. So, very dumb question along the lines.
A lot of these so far, Ryan, but continue.
Yeah. Yes, we're only getting worse here. This one, do you have any control over your IMDb page?
No. Well, yeah, I do. I do actually. I could go in there and change my. I could just say I was married to Linda Hamilton if I wanted to. Sure, I could do that. I've actually thought about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We didn't know that because sometimes there's,
there's some stuff they put in there you don't know where they get it from, but you can go in there once more like IBM Pro. Yeah, I can change that. The other IBM, there's something they put in movies that I haven't been in.
Yeah,
and then and I said, "Let's put some good movies that I haven't been in." That'd be the way to go for me. I don't know how it works.
I also think it's very funny is all these big names such as yourself obsessing over it. They're like gotta log. It's like a social media.
Nah, I was way up there. Like when we were on The Office, when numbers, your star meter was really really high. Now it's really low. And then 1 week it'll jump up like this, just spikes, and you go, there's no reason. So I just maybe stop paying attention. I say that, but occasionally if I've done something, I'll check and make sure it's been registered. And I'll go, okay, because it's like a little checking off your list. Your numbers are getting higher, and you feel like you're working. So
absolutely.
Just for that point alone, it's a reference point.
Of course. You were in a movie that I love. Not a lot of people saw, Band of Robbers.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was a fun movie.
That movie is great, and the soundtrack is great. Like, if you're listening to this, go see Band of Robbers. I don't know what it's on. You might have to like buy it Amazon or something like that, but it's so fun. And
it's a fun movie, yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. That clicked when this was all happening. I was like, yes, I get to talk about this movie that, I don't get to talk about a lot.
I did a movie with not Peter Bogdanovich, with my friend Azazel Jacobs called Terry, and I auditioned for it when I was right up 2 seasons into The Office, and I got a chance to go in there, and it turned out so good, and I was so happy with my work, and I thought, okay, I'm on. Here I go, my independent film career. Once this Office thing is over, I'm going to be off there playing all these parts. Still waiting, folks. Not getting any younger. You can give me that part anytime you want. Thank you. All right, go ahead.
I mean, if anyone is getting younger, it's you. So,
you know what it is, really? People ask me that all the time, and there's a lot of things I could say. One, I can't talk about it too much because the Dark Lord doesn't like me to reference some of my things. But to be really honest, and from a physical level, ginseng suppositories. About 15 years ago, I started these little puppies. Now, originally, my little sphincter really didn't like those things, but now it's actually looking forward to it. It's kind of a thing that it's kind of, okay, here we go. All right,
you notice it if you miss it.
Yeah, I do. It notice it goes, hey, where's the fix? Where's the fix? Where's the tricks, kicks?
Well, I know what I'm going to add to your IMDb page.
Yes.
Okay, this is a great question from Abby here. What if you could pick 3 bands that describe you or describe your life, what 3 bands would you choose?
My life?
Yeah. There are no wrong answers on Bothering the Band.
Albums or bands? Albums.
I'm going to let you take it from here. If you want to go albums, go albums. It's tough.
That's so tough. Well, Bert Jansch. Nice. Bert Jansch, his first self-titled album. That's definitely one. Angie, Needle of Death. Again, we're just went from really funny to really maudlin. But hey, it's what makes the humor, right? The trauma.
Great.
If you're not waterboarded at the age of 5, you don't know what we're talking about here, folks. All right. Oh, other album. Probably. Well, definitely Rubber Soul.
Fuck yeah.
And wow, so hard.
It's very tough.
I can't think of the third one.
Are you a Dylan guy?
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be the folk stuff. It would be all the stuff that people booed him when he was first on there with the Hawks. When he was first playing that stuff, and he was recording the stuff with Mike Bloomfield and Al Cooper, and that original stuff. When he first went electric, yeah, okay. When he first went electric, that stuff there, I really related to that. Oh, music from Big Pink. Okay. That's the one. That's the one that I heard. We had just played I'd been listening to it for a few weeks, and the Grassroots did the Tonight Show, and we were leaving that. There's a documented story that I broke down and was crying in the limo heading back. Oh, poor rock star crying in the limo. But it was true. I wanted so much to do what the band was doing, and obviously we didn't have the chops or the writing ability of Robbie Robertson. But it was a goal. And I said, we need to woodshed more, come up with our own stuff, or we're going to be left behind. And they weren't up for it. It was fine. They made their choice, and I made my choice, took a settlement, and left. But that album was just, it was like Rubber Soul. I could not get enough of it. I'd sit there for hours and just play till wore the stylus down to a nub, just over and over, going, this is the Holy Grail. There's something here that is so honest and intrinsic to my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a Basement Tapes documentary.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I have those.
The documentary parallels Big Pink, obviously. Yep. And we had the guy who made it, his name is Sam Jones. We've had him on the podcast.
Wow.
And, yeah. And we definitely zeroed in on some of that stuff because he got to record, like he got to go there, and someone like lives in Big Pink, but they like let them in, and it was incredible to hear.
I mean, everybody and the people that I would say it was raw and it wasn't mixed right, and then those people I just didn't even talk to anymore because I realized they weren't in my wavelength. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to discuss if they don't get that.
Yeah, these Tao people over here.
These Tao people.
What music are you into at the moment? Any new stuff you like?
I went to see Mount Joy the other night at they're friends of mine. I did their video, Evergreen.
Oh, that's
an actor
right.
in their Evergreen video. And that was a very fun one. They were a fun live group, and I'm good friends now with Matt and all of them, Matt and Jackie, and Sam Cooper is a dear friend, and Satiris and Michael, the bass player. It's a really, really good little group live. One of the best live bands playing right now. Very few, though, to be honest, Ryan. There's this template that the formulas, there's a cookie cutter formula for what pop music is supposed to be, and they all start to sound the same, and I I did hear a song in a restaurant a while back, and I asked him what it was. It was Guster, called Satellite. It was a light little satellite song. And I went, okay. Something about that moved me, It was like innocent and sweet. There was another song I heard by the Gin Blossoms, and I really liked that song. I really liked that song, but not too much. What songs have moved me? Burt Ganch, Ark of the Diver, Stevie Winwood.
Nice.
Mozart, Miles Davis, Coltrane, Gil Evans, Sketches of Spain, Rich's Brew, Kind of Blue. Humpback Whales. I used to sit at the time when I drop acid and for hours would listen to the Humpback Whales and identify them. That's Sadie. That's Sadie talking to me. Hi, Sadie. I'd say, and they couldn't hear me. They were on a recording, but in my mind, I was communicating with the whales. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What shows are you into at the moment? Watching any television shows?
What needs to come back? I was watching. Well, I like the House of the Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Very much. I like Extraordinary Attorney Woo, which was my favorite things. Just absolutely love that. It's a Korean film. It's this adorable woman. She's such a good actress, autistic. And when she's walking down the street, the giant whales, just the pure CGI, full-size whales are accompanying her down the street where she is. And I'm going, that's my kind of show. I said Succession. I don't know. There's really not that many. I watch film. I watch old. I love westerns.
Oh, nice.
I could probably watch, The Departed and Silverado and Wyatt Earp over and over and over again. I love those things like that.
I love Silverado.
What do I get excited about TV wise? I'd have to think about that, Ryan. That's a question. But there's stuff out there that I like, but not that much.
I think you nailed it, man. You hit some that you've spread.
Yeah. There's just it's more film. It's more film though. Actually, to be very honest. Yeah.
Well, let's ask this.
My friend Azazel Jacobs has got a new movie, and I love his sensibilities. I'm going to go to a premiere of that film next week. So Azazel is just an amazingly talented guy and a good friend. So I get a little shameless pitch for his new film. So there you go.
Great. So while all the young punks are dancing, what are you doing?
I'm dancing right along with them, but I'm dancing old school, really slow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and they're going like this, and I'm right in the middle. This 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and they're banging me around physically. I don't mind. I dance to my old inner drummer. Let those punks dance.
Let those punks dance. As you can see, some of these are based off of song titles.
That was nice. I know. It's a nice little callback, little reference there. That was a good album. That's one of the first albums that came along that I thought, okay, yes, that had Yes Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And Yes Indeed I still sing that on stage. My friend, you go make a little note, Abby. Abby, take a note.
Ready.
There's go to is it YouTube? YouTube. Is it YouTube? Yeah. Tim Hockenberry actually did a covering, or maybe Tim Hockenberry's website. But anyway, he covered Yes Indeed. He does an amazing version of that. He's a great talent. Yeah, there's somebody that I can recommend. Tim Hockenberry. Check him out.
Noted.
No, thank you.
Noted.
Be prepared for more Abby.
More notes.
I'm ready.
Okay,
stupid questions. Here
this is the most important question. Do you have a favorite diner, either where you are or somewhere in the world?
Oh, guys and gals, do I ever. Hugo's on Riverside and Coldwater Canyon. I was just there this morning. Generally, my go-to is egg whites and the almond energy pancakes with cranberries and quinoa. Lovely pancakes, organic, gluten-free. I get all titillated. Forget the ginseng suppositories. What really excites me is the quinoa pancakes at Hugo's. If you come to LA, are you guys? Where are you guys?
So we're both in different parts of Florida.
Oh, just so far from Hugo's.
But we will be there in about 20 days doing a live show at Hotel Cafe. Do you know this place?
I do know that place, yes. I think I might have played there.
Well, you're more than welcome. We're doing a live podcast with a couple cool guests. If you want to continue the fun, you can come be a guest on September 21st.
Jamie, see what we're doing, you know.
All right, cool, man.
But Hugo's, just amazed. My son lives in Sarasota now.
Oh, okay.
Took my granddaughters there of all places.
Yeah.
It's fine, but they're so far away, you know.
Of course.
3,000 miles.
Of course. So yeah, we will. I mean, I wrote. All we care about is food. Once that show's over, all we want to do is eat.
It's like when we're shooting shows or recording. It's about lunch. Let's face it. You know, you're all doing all this great work and arty work, and you go, "What's for lunch?
What's for lunch?"
That's the deal.
So we're gonna go to Hugo's. I want to try these pancakes, man.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Okay, ready for this? Ready for this premise? It's a premise. We should do a concert where it's Creed, Creedence, and Creed Bratton. What do you say to this?
It's like a bad dream.
Triple Creed.
Yeah. We used to tour with Clearwater.
Yeah?
Yeah. And there was and I lived up by John for a while on Mulholland Drive, and I'd be out there on my little jog, and I'd see him on the other side of the road. He'd go, "Hey, Creed." I kept going. I go, "Hey, John." That was about it. "Hey, Creed." "Hey, John." And he'd go, "Boogaloo." He'd be boogaloo under his breath. You know, he's always continually doing that chug-a-lugga thing. So boring, so tired. Get a new sound, John. All right.
So if we put this together,
please cut out all the references to whatever. No, leave it all in. It's fine.
Okay. There's no segue for this. Do you have a junk drawer?
I do, and I never know what's in there because once in a while I'll take a bag. This is how you keep a junk drawer. When you get back from tour or you get back from a trip, when there's stuff on the bottom of the bag that starts to hurt your fingers, and I might want to go through this and throw it out. You toss that in the drawer, and you don't even look at it until it fills up, until you can't close it anymore. And then now you have a treat. Then you go to the junk drawer and you say, what has accumulated in the last 15 years? I think everybody should have a good junk drawer.
I agree. Everyone should have a junk drawer. And we think everyone does or has an equivalent, like a catch-all place. So that's why we ask it to see what everyone's.
Yep. That's what I keep. And if you ask someone, a planning guy who was doing the feng shui kind of thing, you know, all right, here it is, the amethyst here, and the wind coming in a certain way like this, you know, and you walk in, there's the ficus plant that's calming you down. I said, and what about my junk drawer? And they go, I'm sorry? Yeah, but I need the junk drawer, the feng shui junk drawer. And they're not going to let you have it. I make sure I have one anyway. It'd be like this drug drawer. You push a button and it would come out, be the secret junk drawer. No drugs, no guns, just junk.
Just
old junk in there. Yeah.
Dull pencils.
Yeah, dull pencils. Staples. You know, the barrette. You know, a little squeegee that you found from some kid. You know, a used Kleenex. You know, A peanut shell. M&Ms that have got moldy. Yeah.
A barrette.
Yeah, a barrette. Yeah.
He's got granddaughters. That makes perfect
sense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know. I love it.
It's a little hair stuck in there too, and you can remember hearing them crying when you ripped it out. I don't like that barrette. Yeah. Sorry, girls. I'm just a finicky for style maven. All right, next question.
Do you wear a watch?
No.
Okay.
No. I do have a real nice watch that Steve Carell gave me, and I probably should wear that. But time waits for no man.
Indeed.
You know the song by the Chamber Brothers, Time. You know the song by Chamber Brothers called Time. The Grassroots on that record in the back. We're the ones singing Time with them. Little tidbit that a lot of people don't know. We were touring with them when they were in the studio recording. We were in there hanging out. Yep, that's us. You can hear me in there. Time. Very quinoa sounding. Yeah.
It's so connected. I love connecting.
It's all going around.
Yeah.
All right. So
Couple more. Okay. Here we go. These are the fun ones. I think you'll like. One. Can you give us a book recommendation? He's going in the junk drawer.
All right. I know there's nothing here, but I would just say the one that I keep going back to is Meditations, Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, love it.
That's that sounds that's really standard, but it always is there. It's honest, truthful, and if there's one thing that I don't really consider anything that you do when you mistakes or whatever as a kid. Everything gets you to where you are. But if I could have done something different, I would have had some mentor or something give me the Stoic philosophy at a much younger age, because I believe there's a very possibility that life would have been better for me. Not saying that it didn't turn out great and had to be this way, but I think I would have taken my chances of learning Stoic philosophy at a younger age.
Absolutely. I'm very much into Stoic philosophy.
Good.
I've been reading this book this year called The Daily Stoic. And you know it?
I have it. It's right here on my ottoman. Yep.
I read it every day.
I read it every day. Yes, Ryan.
Yeah, and I have one
kind of stuff too.
There's another one called The Daily Dad, written by the same guy, and it's Stoic parenting philosophy. I'm a father. And it helps tremendously. Shout out to anyone into Stoicism, big time.
Yep, that's good stuff. All right.
Okay. So
last question. Well, I mean, you said two, but I could be doing more.
There's like three more. Two of them are plugs. But okay, and this is how I'm going to say this. Besides
hair plugs,
hair plugs, yes.
Yes.
Besides the new album, what's got you spinning and reeling?
Wow, shameless.
I love that song. That's why I'm throwing it.
Spinning and reeling, love. Oh,
it's a good song, man.
Yeah, and I have to sing it now on the show, and with all the faces, I have to do the two songs from The Office because people they require that, But when I tour this time, it'll be mostly songs from the new album, and because I like to say that when I go out for 6 months before when I was doing more touring, I'd sing all the new songs, before I'd record them and find out which ones were getting the response. I could tell right away what the response was from the audience, and so then I go back and say, well, this one worked well, and this one worked well, and then we record those. Spinning a reel with love. Whoa, what's happening right now? Well, the tour in October in Europe and Ireland and England. We were there for the month of October. That's got me excited. I'm speaking of the Esquire article, John Tyler Allen, who wrote that article, he and I are writing my biography, and we have an agent, and we've been working at it for about a year and a half. And it's going to be really interesting. There's so much. I look at what an interesting life. Who is this guy? And so, you, Creed. Oh, yeah, right. it's very difficult being me. I speak of myself in the third person a lot. It's weird. It's weird. So yeah, when I finally get this book, I think people are going to find that really interesting. That kind of excited about that. I've also I have another book, fiction book that I'm writing with a friend of mine, Nathan Edmondson. Cool. That's keeping me going. And then five songs into the 11th album.
Man, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's like my nickname in college was Irons in the Fire because I always had projects. I get so bored, so I had to keep working, and I'm still that guy.
You're speaking my language. I have
I got to keep doing stuff, Yep.
Yeah. So we end every episode with a song from our guest. Like in the recording, we tack it on the end. What song of yours should we end this episode with, and why?
Chip in My Brain. Why not end with that? Because just to let people know that if did we talk about this earlier? Chip in My Brain.
No.
Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil wrote this book called "The Singularity Is Near," and as I told you before, I write songs not about a subject. I had read this book, and it had germinated, obviously, when I was sleeping. And a couple of days later, I picked up the guitar and I wrote "Chip in My Brain." And then a couple of days later, I was meditating and I saw the image on my album, Tao Pop, with the two AIs and the baby. And she's got the umbilical cord going to the baby's belly, from hers. And I've got the little USB port in my head. Mm-hmm. And the deal is I'm going to take it from the baby, take it from her belly and put it into my head. Apparently Bluetooth doesn't exist in the future. So anyway, the book is talking about in 2045, the AIs will become sentient. And then we better watch ourselves because they're going to just leave us behind. And we may not be needed for them. So it's a words of warning. Yeah. Chip in My Brain.
I love it. Creed, we can't thank you enough for doing
thank you. I really enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude. We're huge fans of your music, huge fans, obviously, of your acting. And who knows, maybe we can hang and
talk to Jamie and let her know so she can remind me and we make something happen, At least we can go to Hugo's and have the pancakes.
Pancakes on us.
I'm not gonna argue. Thank you, Abby.
Thank you so
much.
Thanks
again. You took all those notes. You got all the notes.
I got pages.
All right, good.
And
thanks, Ryan.
To reference later.
Oh, good. Chip in My Brain. Dreamt I had a chip in my brain to keep me mellow and from going insane, to stop the madness, to make more money than you, alleviate the hurting too. No more thoughts of warming or the earth's demise, and hungry children's stereo cries, and all the problems that we incur to keep from thinking of you. Give me something tangible, give me something sweet, give me something I can use to get you back to me. Dreaming in my reverie, hoping someday I'll see you before me with smiling tears, saying, where you been all these years?
you back to me. Dreamt I had a chip in my brain to keep me mellow from going insane. To find a plan that I can use to get me back to you. To find a plan that I can use to get me back to you.